Alright folks, Genius Idiot, we are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on to case number 21. Case number 21 is called Writer's Blocked. Hey, Old Town's certainly seen a lot of action, Ace. What with an ancient city unearthed by the earthquake and a strange cult recruiting new members? I'm worried about this Higher Truth bunch. It's weird enough they believe the Dream Life Satellites is a messenger from the heavens. We've also seen some of their devotes give up their life savings to join. Sounds like a scam if you ask me. Well, at least the mysteries offered by ancient Zerda are better for the soul. With all the ancient ruins to explore, the historical community is having a field day. Speaking of field days, Ace, there's an exhibition of Zerdan artifacts at the Groovesboro Museum. Apparently it's not to be missed. Zerdan artifacts? Well, you've seen the ancient ruins firsthand, right? I've been itching to see it for myself. Well, I'd say you deserved a break. Why don't you take the afternoon off of this day exhibition? Oh, really, Chief? Well, that'd be great. Are you coming, Ace? Let's head over to the museum. It's like, oh, have a day off. Nope. No, we can't have nice things here. Yep, there's the dude. Back there. Thank you guys for letting me know when this popped up, because I am the first person to actually even play this. Goodness, Ace, some people think museums are pretty dead at the best of times, but I didn't expect to find a body here. You don't have to be a Martine to know this guy's been murdered. Look at that head wound. Wait, you're right, Ace. According to the poster you found, this man is named Reggie Leota. Apparently the victim is the author of a new book called Zerda's Return. Obviously, Mr. Leota's book has something to do with the unearthed city of Zerda, and he was appearing at a meet and greet event. Recovering from the faded information on the poster might offer up a lead. And are those night vision goggles? What are they doing in a museum? Unlocking them would be a good place to start. Our plans for an afternoon at the museum will have to be shelved, Ace. We've got work to do. Yes, we do. Alright. Ooh, that's alright. Nope, that's alright. It's this one. Nope. There we go. Ace's night vision goggles belong to a certain Jerry Miller. They found him in the database, but Miller is a security guard at the museum. Come on, Ace, he must be around here somewhere. But I gotta go get grab some stars, so I'll see you guys right back here when I do. This has been Genius Idiot. Wow. Alright folks, Genius Idiot, we are back. Playing a case on Facebook. I'm gonna grab some stars, so let's look at this poster and then we can interview the security guard. Jebediah. Look, Ace, the victim's meet and greet event was held here at the museum hosted by the curator, Jebediah Cobb. Mr. Cobb will definitely be able to tell us more, so let's go find him. Jebediah sounds familiar, but he's not jumping out to me. It looks like it could be it. Halt, who goes there? Could you put that flashlight away? It's the middle of the day. I'm sorry, force of habit. It's usually dark in here. I normally work the night shift. Well, that explains the night vision goggles, Mr. Miller. We'd like to ask you some questions about the murder of Reggie Lee. Wait, what? The author's been murdered? Are you sure? I know everything that's going on in the museum, and I don't let my guard down for a second. And he's dead, alright. Is there anything else you can tell us about the victim? You guys are right. I was thinking Ben Stiller for sure. Not much. I just saw him in the museum, researching his book. But he was still always well behaved and his credentials checked out. Which I always look into, you know. Don't let this uniform fool you. I'm not just any night watchman. I've read all about every exhibit in this place. I just don't know how murder could have happened on my watch. Yeah, it seems kind of like a big deal. Welcome to the Grimsboro Museum. Jebediah Cobb, curator extraordinaire at your service. Yeah, we're afraid we're here on a sad business, Mr. Cobb. We found Reggie Leota murdered in the auditorium. Goodness gracious, murdered in my museum? How ghastly. What a tragedy, Mr. Leota was a bright young author, a breath of fresh air in the historical community. Certa's return hasn't been released yet, and the contents are very hush-hush, but from what I hear, it offers a wonderful new take on this urban culture. And you were hosting a meet and greet for the event of the book. Indeed, I may be an old fuddy-duddy, but I'm somewhat of an expert on Zora myself, so I was asked to host the event. A small gathering outside the museum's garden just this morning. Mr. Leo seemed perfectly fine. I cannot believe he's dead. Appreciate your time, Mr. Cobb. Meanwhile, I agree. Let's go check out the museum garden. How many people want to bet that in his new book, he basically upended what the curator wanted for Zerta? Guaranteed. Naturally, all the event guests have gone, Ace. But I see you found some clues. That bag, for example, belonged to the victim. Go ahead and work your magic on that lock. Yeah, I agree, Ace. Those broken stone pieces are curious. Let's put them back together. Oh yeah, there's definitely something fishy going on. I mean, obviously there's a murder, so we're all going to think there's something definitely fishy going on, but... Oh dear. See, those stone pieces are our sundial, Ace, and someone's written on the victim's name on it. Something else written too, but those symbols mean nothing to me. Let's put Gabriel's linguistic skills to work on the sundial. You know, I guess it's the certain language. I think it's more of, I don't necessarily want to remove it, just keep it consistent. Don't keep changing the corresponding stuff. Well, now that we've unlocked the victim's bag, Ace, let's search through his belongings. Alright, let's go creep through this guy's belongings. Anything useful in the victim's belongings, Ace? Ah, the business card looks promising. It's for a certain Steve Roy, a publisher. He must be the one releasing the victim's book. I'm with you, Ace. Let's find out what Mr. Roy can tell us about Reggie Liotta. Oh, police officer, you must be here about Reggie's murder. I just heard the terrible news. Yes, Mr. Roy. We take it you are Mr. Liotta's publisher? Correct. Zura's Return will be my biggest publication to date. My operation is very small, so I was honored Reggie chose me to release his first book. This could be my big break. Is there anything else you can tell us about Mr. Liotta? Anyone who might have wanted to harm him? On the contrary, everyone's eagerly awaiting Zura's return. The book offers exciting new insights into the ancient culture. But now that Reggie's dead, I don't know what's going to happen. The book's going to sell like hotcakes. That's what's going to happen. Motive. Next, look, Ace. Excuse me, Gabriel. You're not delirious, are you? Oh, delirious with excitement, Ace. I was speaking Zerdan. That's what those symbols are on the sundial, a phrase written in the Zerdan language. You see, Zerdan writing is much like the Egyptian hieroglyphics. Symbols representing a word, a sound, or even an entire phrase. From a linguistic standpoint, Zerda's reemergence is a historian's dream. So much can be learned about a culture by analyzing the language. This is generally fascinating, Gabriel, but is it relevant to our investigation? Well, this phrase here is particularly inflammatory. The symbols are a certain proverb which reads, "The proud will be crushed in body and soul." Crushed. Well, Ace, given the phrase was addressed to Reggie Liotta, whose head was bashed in, this must be a threat from his killer. The writings on the wall, Ace. We're looking for a killer who speaks a certain language. Understands people's fascination with history. Ace, museums are so drab and tedious. I'm surprised your victim didn't die of boredom. No, I'll have to disagree with you on that, Martine. We can debate that later. For now, I assume boredom wasn't the cause of death. No, the victim was killed after being struck with a blunt object, and given that the blow crushed his skull, the murder weapon must be quite heavy. We'll keep our eyes peeled, Martine. Was there anything else you could find us to help identify the killer? We found a slight discoloration on the victim's neck, which turned out to be an allergic reaction to hand sanitizer. There were traces of it on the victim's skin. And given Mr. Liotta's allergy, the logical explanation is that the hand sanitizer was left behind by the killer, most likely checking the victim's pulse to make sure he was dead. Well, they can't wash their hands of the crime, Ace. We're looking for a killer who uses hand sanitizer. Oh, snap. Contrary to Martine's opinion, our day at the museum has been anything but boring. Ace, the murder of an up-and-coming author has kept us on our toes. What we learned so far, Reggie Liotta's book, Zura Returns, offers new insights into the ancient culture. Jebediah Cobb, the museum's curator, hosted a Meet the Author event this morning outside in the garden. The victim's publisher, Steve Roy, said the book's release is highly anticipated, but he's worried that the victim's murder could jeopardize its success. And then there's this security guard, Jerry Miller, who, despite claiming to know everything that's going on in the museum, knows nothing about the murder. We've unearthed some clues, Ace, but we must keep digging. Let's... Uh-oh. What won't we believe? We just received an email from the victim. Did the victim know he was going to die? Did he think he was in danger? We'll find out in Chapter 2. It's been Pacini's 88. Over and out.